Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Game Review number 68. Today we have Warren 11Q versus Xentronium 10Q. Alright, so you guys are almost at the single digit Q level, so make sure you work on your basics. You're getting your shapes down, you know your some basic Josekis, and you're not going crazy, and then that should really help you get to the single digit Q right there. Just learning the basics and mastering the basics. So this is normally not recommended because you normally extend when you have support on the other side. Otherwise, you would go low, right? When there's a white stone here, normally you would go low. If you go high, it means you want to develop this area, but white can just go on with a wedge right here, and then there's not much of a development. So if you want to do that, then maybe you could try an exchange here first. That way you have a third line and fourth line, because that's the combination you want. Third line, fourth line. However, if you go here and white can get a move here, maybe your plan is to go here. What happens if white tries to play something like this and maybe gets Sente with some Sente variation and then comes back in over here? Or maybe you try and fight it out. Yeah, so let's just play a basic variation and we play this way. Well, this combination does not look good for you. You can see it's a bit of a problem for you. So normally this isn't the move, but I mean, it's not bad. There's ways to play with it. Don't kick. So it looks like black does not know basic Josekis. So black, make sure you learn those basic Josekis because the kick is not good without a pincer most of the time. So therefore, this result's going to be good for white. And white even tries to make a combination. So definitely want to pincer and split white because you have influence. White, you're supposed to just go here and just be simple. Or you can go low and be simple. And this result's good for you because the C3, 3-3 is still open. So black still has that weakness and black has to defend. And then you could even go back and go over here and start. And if black tries to fight you here, you can actually split black off. And you can see this stone's not completely fine either. Or you can approach from this side, make that exchange, and then play here. And you see, where's black's combination? What all black got was one corner. This corner's still open, so black only has one corner. And is black going to do this? Well, then now who's the one who's active? Black or white? Well, white's the one active, and black's the one who's supposed to be. This stone's lost its meaning. There's no super amazing attack for white, because white has very light shape here. And now white's making all the combinations on top. Black has no combination here. So black, work on your combinations and learn your Josekis and learn the strengths and weaknesses of them and learn when to use them. This white is dangerous if black gets a pincer and black does pincer. Okay, so now it's dangerous for white. However, white will get a forcing move here. So black, go ahead and pincer directly. Don't kick there because it just gives white's forcing moves. All right, white chooses a pincer. Normally this is the shape to play. Something like this, and give yourself shape, and then maybe you can try and resist with something. I don't know. This result's good for, it's still good for black, but normally that's what you would expect. But this is going to give you a third weak group. More and more weak group. The more weak groups you have, the less good it is for you. And 3 weak groups, it's a disaster. So this means this is really not good because black can simply play an attach on top. You have 3 weak groups, no good way to save all 3. Therefore, this result's going to be very good for black. All right, black does kill you. That's fine. I think a Nobi's a little bit better because white doesn't have time to go 3-3 right now and play something like that, because as soon as he does that, you have thickness, and now you can attack this very severely. So even if one group lives, the rest are in so much trouble. So just stay strong, black, and you'll be fine. I've been playing this way. White, you have to Atari here because you have to cut this black stone off with something. But if you just play this way and black just Nobis, then your group is still weak and black got all the points. And now there's not even a 3-3. So this result's good for black. However, every result here is going to be good for black. All right, just split. Black just needs to split white. No, don't fix. You already played a move over here. You can't play another one. If you wanted to fix, you should have fixed the previous move. Now this is way more important than this stone for sure, because once you play this way, and get this off, you can see white's dying everywhere. This is so good for black. Just anything for black, or just a 1-point jump if you're worried about stuff. Just a 1-point jump. Everything's just comes straight up, and white has 2 weak groups, not allowed on either side. Black only has one thing to worry about, and it's very easy and very natural for black to just attack white. So when there's multiple weak groups, keep them split, and it'll work out for you. However, if you play this way, and white plays here, then there's no more attack. So you didn't really gain much from the attack. You could have destroyed this whole area, or you could have took advantage of this whole area. You could have split white, gained tons of profit, but now white just fixes and the attack's over. White to nuking when you have a weak group. You've got to be insane to do this. You have 2 weak groups. Black can easily split and cut and take complete control of the entire game, take a huge lead, and you want it to nuke you because you're worried about him getting some points on the right. Definitely the wrong idea. Don't do that. Fix your weak groups first before doing anything else. Don't be worrying about points, who's getting what points when you're dying. Fix your weak groups first. Play the urgent places first. Then you can worry about points. Black also, both players ignoring the big moves, and we're just gonna, so white finally gets to something and he wants to surround and attack with the weak group. No, just fix yourself. Fix yourself, guys. Fix your weaknesses before doing anything else. And don't try to attack with weak groups. What happens if I just play something like this, get a peep here and split you off, you try to come up, and then I just fight you with some variation, right? Let's not, I don't like that one. Let's find a little bit better one. What if I just do something like that? I cut you, I split you, and just try and split you somehow with some variation. Or I can just play a natural move. You play it this way, I play this way, and then knight's move here. Can I pull that off? Maybe. What if I fight in this area? That's the problem, white. What if black chooses to fight in this area with some variation? Then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Because you have all this weakness all around. It's almost impossible to kill this blackstone. You can't do it until you have a solid connection, until you have a base, until you have eyes. Then you can think about doing other stuff. So fix yourself simply, guys. Just fix yourself, give yourself a base, give yourself eyes, make sure you're okay, and then you can worry about other stuff. All right, so both players trying to play natural moves, but actually not succeeding. And black, the move is to jump. Locally, you're not worried about making points here. There's hardly any there anyway, so there's no reason to play there. Even if you play this move, there's still a slide under here. There's a monkey jump here, and a potential invasion here. So there's no points there, so there's no reason to make points there. You just make some influence. That's what you want to do. Make sure you're okay and connected and make some influence. That's the shape. White chooses to play that one. Bad timing on this one, because what if black just plays this one? With something like this. Or what if I just do this? White connects. And I just make influence. Locally, that's all I can do that and be fine. Or I can just play here. You can run away. I play here. Play here. And then later I have even more potential for influence. I also have an invasion here. The moves here. So many options here that there's no way black's gonna be weak. So white, bad timing on this one. Normally you want to attack from the outside and threaten to do that. So so let's say black was making a moyo here. Let's say I do this. We play this way, right? And later that there's a moyo here, and like, okay, so let's fix that moyo, make my own moyo maybe, or something like that. Let's just turn into, I can make my own moyo, or I can turn into dame if black's making a moyo, and then I can just monkey jump here and make this really small. So normally you want to attack Aji by threatening to play the Aji. That's normally how you profit from Aji, is you threaten to do it. You don't do it directly. Because this is just Aji, it's just weakness. The shape is here, because you have a honey. So that's the shape. This is really low. All right, black, that's really flat. Oops, not that. You want to go third line, fourth line, third line. So this is too flat. So both players, I think, probably won't be able to play single-digit Q players until you master these basic shapes and basic ideas and basic concepts. I highly recommend checking out the Clossi approach on my website. It should really help you figure out where you should be and what your goal should be. And then you just work on basic shapes like third line, fourth line, third line, which is something you should know by this level. Fix yourself before Tanuki. Of course, that's on the website, and that's something you should be doing. Don't play inefficient moves. Just learn the natural shapes, get games reviewed like this, and make sure you understand what your goals are. You should be playing the urgent places first, because both players ignored the K4 stone for several turns, and that was like the biggest thing on this entire board, and it was one of the biggest things like in many games. many games don't even have such a huge weakness like that. Sure, they can be many game like every game has urgent places, but a weakness like that where white is getting split apart on half the board and there's two weak groups that black can easily profit from, and both players have the chance to either fix it or take advantage of it, and neither player's playing it, that is then you know something's wrong with the foundation of what your goals are, what your priorities are. Both players are ignoring the very, very urgent points on the board, so I highly recommend fixing that and getting the ideas of what are your goals. Where should you be playing? Why are you going for points when there's a dying group on the board? That's not what get your priorities right, basically. Get your priorities right. Learn the priorities, then learn the shapes to make those priorities happen, and then you can worry about the big moves. So I highly recommend checking out the questions on the site, and just make sure that you get the goals first. You can learn about the good shapes like third line, fourth line, third line, playing R13 instead of R12, or playing O16, like playing a Nobi or a jump instead of a Nobi, maybe playing here instead of here. You can learn about the shapes after you have your goal, because the shapes are supposed to accomplish a goal. Playing certain moves are supposed to accomplish a goal. But if you don't know what the goal is, then you have no idea what you're doing, and you have no idea if your moves are doing that or not. So you need your goals first, then you can worry about the shapes and reading to accomplish those goals. All right, so we'll go ahead and stop here. I think that's the biggest thing for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.